Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and scary TikToks that will blow your mind. And guys, so recently I've been trying to post videos daily, right? Daily, but each time I post a video, I feel like they're getting flagged for some reason, and it's just starting to happen. So if you don't see me posting daily, it's because I'm going through these disputes with YouTube right now because they keep flagging my videos and saying that they're okay a few days later. So it's like it's just messing with the flow of things. But you know what it is, they just don't want the content out there. They don't want the truth out there. They don't like me showing these videos and spreading this light like I am. But it's all good because I'm gonna keep on doing it.
Share, it don't cost you no money, but it'll be much gratitude if you do. So what we're about to watch is one of the most strangest things I've ever seen. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Is this a fucking fire creature that's walking? Let's look at it again. Let's run this back. Look right there. Right here, right?
Look at that. It just moved. What was that?
It's fucking strange, isn't it?
What in the elemental?
Arm, leg.
Arm,
I can't see the head, but I see 2 feet. What the fuck is this? Is this like a fire being or some shit? And we know there's creatures that the human brain cannot comprehend. You know, they vibrate on a different frequency. And just because we don't see them and our textbooks don't teach us about them, that does not mean that they do not exist. But hey, nigga, we got the fucking fireman and shit like that. Aren't you guys, like, entertained? Y'all keep sending me all the strange mysteries of the world, and I'm gonna keep giving them to the people. We know that this is the age of Aquarius, the age of knowledge. And truth is stranger than fiction. Let me know what y'all think about the fireman walking in the comments. Was it CGI? Could it be real? I don't know. But if y'all stayed this far, it'll be much gratitude. It'll help a lot.
Man, do y'all think that was CGI?
Your ancestors are not dead people.
Yes, as soon as that silly notion of death is wiped out of the minds of collective humanity, that's when we will realize that we can connect to our ancestors. Now, some of us are already there, but many of us think that, your ancestors are dead people. They're not. Not at all, because death is an illusion. It doesn't exist. We don't die. We simply shed the part of us that is physical, and then we go back to our eternal selves. That's, of course, if we don't end up being too lost here in this reality. Then, if we're lost here, and so lost that we don't know ourselves, then when we pass, we become lost on the other side as well. But your ancestors are not dead. There are many categories of ancestors. Some of your ancestors are in the spirit world, the spirits guiding you. Some of them are reincarnated here or in different dimensions, and they are guiding you. Right? So as soon as you realize that that is the case, and you wipe away the rubbish of death out of your mind, then your world will open up to the true reality of who you are, and many things that seem mysterious or weird or off out there somewhere will become normal, because they're not really weird and out there. Like your ancestors. They are right there with you. They are alive and well in your subconscious mind. The sooner you connect with them, and the sooner you start working together with them, that's when your progression will start and go in leaps and bounds. Because you see, this is us, this is our ancestors. And what's supposed to happen, as the crowning glory of our ancestors, is we lift them up, correcting the mistakes that they made when they were alive. Only the living can do that. That is why you're being discouraged from connecting to them, because that process will completely obliterate the nonsense going on this planet. Right? And then when we help them, they help us. And we help them and they help us. And you can see, this is how you climb the ladder of consciousness until you are here with them. And then you both continue to climb that ladder and become something that the mind could have never imagined.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but back in 2012, Discovery Channel and Animal Planet aired this TV show about mermaids. It was called Mermaids, The Body Found. I think about a year later, they released the sequel. It was Mermaids, The Body Found, New Evidence. This is a prime example of how easy it is for false information to spread around. especially coming from a source that we'd like to believe is credible, such as the Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, you don't expect them to show things that are not real. They led a lot of people to believe that mermaids were real. They showed clips of scientists evaluating noises coming from the ocean. They examined different sonar readings and said that these were in fact mermaids. They recreated images and gave us descriptions of what these mermaids looked like, along with video clips showing us what a mermaid's life would look like under the sea with their family. They also went to the extreme of showing us these weapons that they found and that fishermen had found. I watched this a really long time ago, but I think I remember them saying that these weapons were made out of like deep sea fish, maybe some sort of like deep ocean rock, I don't know, but basically something that could only be found deep in the ocean.
Vibranium. Yo, this reminds me of, the Wakanda Forever movie. Like, what y'all think? Y'all think mermaids are real? Y'all think there's people living in the ocean or in the seas, who can come up at random times but just don't really want to? Maybe they're ancient. Maybe they've been here for a very, very long time. Let me know in the comments what y'all think.
And this was carved by mermaids. They were even showing clips that were supposedly given to them by fishermen where they had found these mermaid-made spears and tools in fish. People were watching this documentary in shock because throughout the entire beginning of the documentary, there was no disclosure. These pictures should have been the dead giveaway that this was fake. But people believed it because it was the Animal Planet and it was the Discovery Channel. At the very end of this mockumentary, for 3 seconds after the credits, this appeared, and this was them giving disclosure that this was fake. 3 seconds at the very end of the credits. I've heard of a mockumentary before, but they're calling this one a docu-fiction. This was another one of the images they used to show us what these mermaids looked like when they came out of the water. I know there's a good handful of people that knew that this was fake. They knew it couldn't be real. They were not gullible, but there was a lot of people that believed this was real.
I mean, there's a lot of people still to this day who believe mermaids are real. And she's just one of them who believes that they're not real, honestly.
And Mom, who's in charge here? This boat needs a captain. Look, Alert. TV.
We interrupt Bitch Judge for an emergency broadcast. A sudden environmental catastrophe has rocked Springfield.
Every consumer cell phone will be part of a nationwide emergency alert test.
Now, this test is going to be sent not only to your cell phones, but it's going to be sent to your radios, your TVs, probably any of your smart devices.
And even if you usually have your phone on silent, this one you ain't going to be able to turn off.
The timing and the date is interesting because the term 10-4, along with its meaning, is part of terms used in law.
It's revealed the plan of what's going to happen next. So I can't say it, but I'm telling you, I know what's going to happen next. How much metal you have in your body will affect you when this thing happens. It has to do with frequency. Okay, so that I stay safe and I can come back and I stay alive, I want to tell you something. I will give you a hint of what he showed me. It's going to happen, and you have to get rid of these metals in your body. And it could happen tomorrow, it could happen, but they're going to say it's something else. You're going to have to do your own thinking about this. I don't want to get in trouble. But just stick a piece of foil in a microwave and picture that in your body.
That's ham.
What the hell, people? Why did that catch on fire?
And now you know the devil's plan. The bottom line is, you got to get this out of your body. Let's mess the devil up. Let's really mess him up.
Detox your heavy metals naturally with our algas marinas. 100% effective.
Algas marinas, 100%. How do you know it's 100%? You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, real stuff though. We all need to detox some way, somehow. Figure it out, but we got to get these things out of our body, all of these metals, and we also got to stop, willingly putting more toxic metals into our body. So watch what you eat and watch what you take.
conspiracy theories. Do you want to ask questions or do you want to eat?
And here I am. America got me so poor, thinking that, you know what? Maybe I will try that 1 cent burger, you know? I made it through COVID. I'm mandated. What else can go wrong?
Undercover brother warned us before they cloned Tyrone.
Undercover brother? Undercover brother? What happened to you?
He had sex with a white girl, that's what.
Oh, was it everything I dreamed of? She had pink nipples, didn't she?
Big ones, yeah, big ones.
Compliments the drapes.
Excuse me?
No, man, you can't be doing that. No, man. Listen, white girl or no white girl, I want to know where the hell have you been?
Not there, because that's where people who swear go. Thank you very much.
You sound like a 14-year-old white chick.
I don't think so, sister girl.
It's sister girl, dude.
Maybe on planet Ebonics, but where I come from, we like to pronounce our E's and our R's. Thank you very much.
E's and R's? Ebonics, huh? I be thinking that somebody in this room is selling out. I say we kill him. Shut the door, nigga. Shh, it's gonna be all right, baby. Don't look. I'm sorry, though, but you need...
Hey, buddy. If I hadn't read that article in Vanity Fair on anger management, I'd put away this guava, mango, broccoli smoothie and put my foot in your patootie. Now, maybe you guys don't like to know me, but I don't give a gosh darn. For all I care, you can all get the bejeebies out of here. Now, if you excuse me, I must be going. Fraser's on.
Fraser.
Bejeebies?
He said he would stick his foot up my so-called patootie. Damn it.
I knew this could happen. You can only keep an agent undercover for so long before he loses his identity. Hell, no man can resist low-interest loans and non-fat lattes forever.
And white women.
So wait, let me get this straight. Whenever a black guy does well, starts wearing Dockers, buys a few Celine Dion records, and sleeps with a white chick, you automatically say he's sold out?
That's enough, Lance.
Always trying to shut the white man down.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that ain't right.
What's the word, smart brother?
I was able to decode the data from Multinational Inc. The general is under the influence of a psycho-hallucinogenic drug. It's a mind control drug, sir. Very powerful, very easy to use.
Good Lord. With something like that, the man could control every black person in America.
Theoretically, yes. But it would take years to administer the doses individually. To be efficient, you'd need to develop a huge distribution system.
The chicken!
I hate to say it.
They warned us.
If Undercover Brother don't get his shit together, this may be one battle we might lose to the man.
Small brother, am I gonna die?
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. I used to love that movie though.
So people eating raw flesh in Walmart like zombies have been seen now? This is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, let's watch this real quick.
Oh no. Y'all seen this somewhere else?
Y'all see that
too?
shit? Yeah, in the future, we're seeing all the signs of, zombies. We have zombie control trucks that have been spotted all over the U.S. The CDC have dropped a zombie preparedness for you guys to go and look into. Now we got people in the middle of the goddamn store, you feel me, eating raw meat. Are y'all ready for The Walking Dead? Y'all ready for when Jabisha, she activate and they turn them frequencies on? Once again, aren't you guys entertained with everything that I said? Let me know what y'all think about this man eating raw meat in the middle of the store like a zombie in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Yeah, literally a zombie. That was
I
nasty.
ended up seeing a reading from Sloan Bella. She's a psychic medium on YouTube. She's the bomb. Literally, all of her readings, she be on point and she be making sense. So she's legit. Anywho, she did a reading on Twitch, and from the moment that I heard that his death was a suicide, I just knew it was like, that Hollywood shit. So I just had to share if anybody's interested, and if you're not into these type of conspiracy theories or doing your own research and all this other jazz that we be doing, then, you know, you're going to have to keep scrolling. But yeah. And in her reading, she started saying that Twitch could have potentially been gathering information on a specific person in Hollywood. Now, she never really says who the famous person in Hollywood is, but I'm just assuming, just like everybody in the comments and everybody in the reading just assumes that he was gathering information and was lured to the hotel that day. So it's just juicy.
But here is what I got. I asked what happened on the day he died, and I'm going to throw it right out there. So here we go. First thing I saw is they tried to shut him up. They literally tried to shut him up. He's had shit stuck in his mouth, and I'm not talking about a gun. I'm talking about like socks or stuffing or some kind of clothing put into his mouth to shut him the f up, okay? Period. This is a business transaction that they came to collect on. The reason he went to the motel on the day that he passed, or the day before he passed, is because he was told that he would be doing this business deal, and it would just be a matter of signing papers, not a problem. He did not want his wife to know because she was not familiar with the business arrangements that he made prior to marrying her, okay? The reason his wife went to the police station as opposed to calling the police and saying my husband is missing, like his car's out in the driveway, is because she was tipped off and she became frantic. She was unaware of it, but then tipped off. This was something to the kicker. What if, this is how I feel it went down, what if somebody, Stephen, was basically asked by a group of people to gather information against somebody in a high position within the entertainment industry, a high political, physical position. But what if the people that asked him to get this information were not actually on the side of said high-end level star, okay? So what if they were on the side? What if they were on the side of trying to take this person down? What if they were on the side of, say, a group of people like FBI, CIA, I don't know who, but some sort of, and it's really weird because this man who encouraged him to get information, like wear a wire, take pictures, ask stupid questions, whatever it was, this man is the double agent. So he uses his sex in both directions. He uses his friendliness in both directions. He targets Stephen, who knew what he knew. He definitely was aware of the occult. He was aware of the undercurrent. I don't want anyone to touch my wife or kids. I want no one to go near my wife or kids. That's why she panicked. She absolutely knew that this was going down, but didn't quite understand exactly why this would be going down, and knows that this was not her husband's actions of his self, of his own actions. This is not what he did. That's why she went to the police station. 2017, 2018. That's when things started to get bad for him. That's when things started to happen. That's when they started to target him. And they started to target him because they could see that there were certain things that were not going to be okay with him. They were starting to target him. And it was a trick. It was a, you do this for us, we do this for you. And then they ambushed him. They literally sideswiped him and ambushed him. So I'm feeling like this was someone else's hand that took him off the planet. This was somebody else's doing. I do feel that the letter he wrote was forced. This is not a letter he wrote. I don't even write letters like that. I don't against somebody higher up in Hollywood, somebody he was around, somebody he had access to. And as a result of that, he was thrown, turncoated, and targeted. He keeps talking about being a targeted individual. That is kind of how he ended up in entertainment to begin with. So there's harm his family ever. He would not take his life because he knew that that would terrorize his children. Talks about his oldest daughter. Okay, so the oldest child. Now, I feel like this child...
Not everybody's going to believe this information, but personally, I believe it because it is Hollywood. So it just seems like they were able to get their information out of this man, and then they did away with him because he knew too much at that point and could not have him out here probably lurking with that information. So
knew too much, huh? Yo, that is crazy. So I used to watch Dancing with the Stars with my mom a lot back in the day, and you know, Twitch was that dude. He was like, okay, you know, we like Twitch, and then you know, he went on to go on to the Ellen show, and you know, once you go that route, it's like ain't no telling at that point. But man, that's some crazy information that we just fell upon, y'all.
Wake up, gods and goddesses.
Snap, third eye open.
Pineal gland? Steve! Steve!
The astral plane. I'm here. Oh God, I'm actually here. It's real.
Okay, how does it work? I should be able to just think of a place and go. Say, Paris.
Magnifique! I can go anywhere. Even Chimdale. Wow, Chimdale. It's like Paris on steroids. It's all so beautiful. I want to see everything. I want to see everything Palmer lied about getting to see. To every time and every place. To the last moment of the universe!
Sad ending. Gotta stop reading the last page of a book first. Now, show me
Dinosaurs! Incredible! The feathers are so unpleasant, though.
Oh, just off.
Did you guys hear how it roared just now? Yo, that was a chicken cluck or a rooster cluck or something. Chickens are dinosaurs. Man, look. Go look at a chicken's foot and just go look at a chicken real hard. And you're going to realize that this thing is a dinosaur, literally. It's like a baby raptor or something.
Awful.
Now, show me everything!
Man, look. So I heard that they did some trials back in the day on a certain psychedelic. You know, I'll put it up on the screen. I don't want to say it, but with this psychedelic, the people that were studying it, they said that when they took it with the right dosage, they were able to see all of their memories of their entire life. They were even able to see the memories they had when they were inside of their mother's stomach, right? The sounds, how things, like, it's crazy to think about. Like, that's what it took you. There's even a case where a person said that they had recalled memories of their mom's childhood that she had never even told them before. You know, it's because we're all connected. You know, all of our memories, everything's connected. So if you are able to open your third eye, you probably will see everything.
Alright, so look, this is something that I found a long time ago. Look up Russian icons, 14th to 16th century, and you're going to see this book, and you can see who's on the cover right there. But you'll also find this book for over $1,500, all the way up to $10,000. Now just watch this. Now if you look at this is an antique hand-painted Russian icon of Christ. And what does he look like? I'm not done, wait. Another one. And that's another one. Looks familiar, doesn't it? These are ancient Russian paintings. Russian. It's just very interesting, is it not? You know what else is interesting? How Russia is the only European country that hasn't pillaged and destroyed Africa. Like, all the other ones ran through Africa just for profit, had no regard for human life, nothing. But Russia, why are we always at conflict with Russia? It's just something to think about.
That's
and
true.
You can look this up for yourself. Look up Russian icon, 16th century. It's a page full of photos just like this. Just like this. And you can see who's in the photo. It's clear as day. Like, come on now. Let's start using our brains, y'all. Comment what you think and follow me for more.
Man, something happened in the 1600s. They just changed history.
So, what does it say up there?
Waste to energy facility.
Our plastic bale came in here, went in there, and they incinerated it.
Okay.
They burned it.
No. I didn't realize that plastic was getting burned.
GFL tells us there isn't demand for our kind of plastic. So burning it is the cost-effective solution. Burning creates toxic ash. Finally, there's the batch with waste connections. You see the trucks that are in there?
Yeah.
It's also still in BC.
Dump trucks.
And Natasha is in for a surprise. I mean, you see,
Holy, yeah.
it's all just going in. I mean, this is a landfill.
Yeah.
It's just where you figured it would end up.
No, it's definitely not where I thought my recycling would end up.
Remember, Waste Connections encourages recycling and reuse, but as it turns out, not illegal. Recycling haulers in BC have no obligation to actually recycle the plastic. Mountains of our plastic burned overseas.
You know, my son, I scared he always sick.
Tons of it dumped in a Canadian landfill.
Look, I knew this a while ago. I had an uncle who worked for waste management in my city. He did the recycle part. And he would tell me, hey, they don't even recycle none of this stuff. They just throw it in with the rest of the trash. Probably aren't even recycling none of this stuff, you know. They really not trying to save the world.
The closeout game is the hardest game in your life. And they be like, why? And I can't say. I can't say, but I'm like, no, fam, listen, like, this is the hardest game you'll ever play in your life. And EB told you.
Yeah, it's shit. Nah, I'll tell it. Like, go ahead.
You gotta be the vehicle.
The vehicle.
Okay, you gotta be the vehicle.
No, it's real though.
No, I remember we were about to play Game 7, 2012. So we were about to play the Celtics or whatever.
Game 7.
So I'm hyped as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a Game 7. Like, woo out the bam. Like, this is gonna be lit. So Eldon's like, you know we're gonna have to win by 15 just to win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is the NBA, it's entertainment. Like, LeBron is in a Heat or waiting. Would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type shit. Like,
you gotta appreciate it.
But mind you, I'm young, 22, 23. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? So it's like, so we get in this game, you know how much money the NBA is gonna lose? Like this, you know, type shit. I'm like, I guess, like a decent amount. It's like, would you watch that game next week if it was a Heat versus the Sixers? I'm like, nah. It's like, okay then. So like, that's why I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He's like, millions of memories, because this is entertainment.
Damn, that's a bar.
And he said, as long as you know that.
The entertainment industry. Yo, for everybody that's always coming at me talking about, yo, the NBA ain't rigged, bro. How you think it's rigged? They literally just told us, man, it's entertainment. They're not gonna put some bums, you know, in the NBA. Not to call them bums or anything, but a bum team in terms of fandom with a team, you know, that is the best team, got the best player in the world. So it makes sense, man. So I'm gonna have to watch my sports bets from here on out, because if it don't make sense, then it don't make sense.
Meantime, in between time, the government is running out of funds. Possible shutdown for the country expected October 1st, 2023. They're releasing short-term bill to avert the government to shut down October 31.
So I asked my friend where they get the sky ice from, and he said it comes from the wall. I don't remember exactly how he described it, but apparently there's a huge wall of sky ice in Antarctica. He said it was hundreds of miles inland from the coast. I never got to see it myself because I was only stationed to McMurdo. I didn't get to go out on expeditions. He said it was the biggest natural structure in the world. He said that in the 1960s, the US Army had a plan to bore a tunnel into the wall, but they didn't have a boring machine that could handle super cold temperatures.
Shout out to Elon Musk and his whole boring company. Get it? Boring. He don't want you to look into it. He said, oh, that's a boring company. You guys don't want to know about that. Let's look into these rockets. You know, let's look up. Whole time, they drilling through ice walls and through earth and making tunnels and stuff, and we don't even know.
So they had a whole testing project in Greenland where they developed ice tunnels and invented new boring machines that could operate in super cold temperatures. Like, they did this whole big thing in Greenland just for practice. I'm not an expert on that, but that's just what he told me. Then once they had the new boring machine figured out, they brought it to the wall in Antarctica. He said that the machine bored a tunnel. I don't remember exactly, like 5 or 10 miles into the wall, but that they never broke through the other side of the wall, and that they still don't know how thick the wall is even to this day. And I'm probably not remembering this part correctly, but I think he said that at first, the floor of the tunnel was a solid rock, but after a mile or two in, the floor was sky ice. Like it was sky ice underneath after a certain point, or something like that. And apparently, the wall slowly builds itself back up after you cut it, because after a year or so, the tunnel had shrunk smaller all by itself. They had to leave the boring machine inside the wall because the tunnel shrunk too small to get it back out. And after a few decades, the tunnel was completely gone. Like, that part of the wall was solid again. He said that now the scientists were trying to use technology to figure out how thick the wall is. He said something about putting earthquake sensors all along the wall, and that somehow you could measure the signal from an earthquake to see how thick the wall is. But he kind of lost me on that part. I never really thought about any of that after I left. It was really weird stuff, but I didn't think it was a big deal at the time. But then a few weeks ago I saw a map of the wall in Antarctica. Except the map was all flat and crazy looking, and it showed the wall going all the way up to the whole Earth. So since then, I've been trying to learn more about the sky ice that I saw, and the wall that I heard about. But I can't find anything at all. So now I'm really wondering if there could be a connection here, and that's how I found this group. So I hope that maybe some part of my experience will help someone figure something out.
Y'all ever heard of sky ice before? I don't think I've ever heard of that term.
Something suspicious about these one-cent burgers. And this is for entertainment purposes only.
What is that?
And I think you're going to want to hear this. So who knew that 58 pounds of ground beef recall over possible E. coli contamination? But oopsie poopsie, they caught it on September 18th, the day that the one...
Oh snap, buddy, good morning. Didn't even see you there.
Cent burger was supposed to come out. Let's read. More than 58 pounds of ground beef has been recalled over possible E. coli contamination, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reports. American food groups doing business as Green Bay dressed beef is recalling 58,281 pounds.
Sun's wake, so that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are some of the most creepy and scary TikToks out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.